Hello class. Now in the last part of the steps in the management of biomedical waste, we are going to study about the collection and categorization of waste, storage of waste, transportation and treatment of waste. These four topics you have to study for the week 6. So for the collection part, we have to just collect the waste in a proper bin as I have told you in the segregation, and category wise it should be done. Most emphasis should be paid on the sharp things, because if the sharp things, needles, syringes or the glass, broken glass are thrown like that, so that may harm to any people who is handling that. So it is best from our side that we should collect all the sharp things at one point, and it should be properly categorized, that is needle, glass or the scalpels, everything, and they should be collected in a proper bin. Likewise, other waste should be also, which should not be hazardous to the animals or the human beings or to the environment. Next, we come to the storage. This storage is mainly done in the chemistry labs or the institute of the research institute or the hospitals. This not beyond of 48 hours, that is of 2 hours. It is only for the storage in the open air. So if it is refrigerated, then it can be stored, but if it is not, then it should not go beyond 2 days. We should use it within 2 days, whatever chemicals, whatever cultures are left over. Next is the transportation. Transportation means how we transport these waste collected and the stored waste to a proper treatment place for a proper treatment to be done. So that uses the trolleys or the racks. We should take care that these transportation equipments which we are using, they should not be used for any other purpose. They should be used for only the transportation of the biomedical waste, not for any other waste also. Now when it comes for the treatment of waste, we are having a explanation over here that treatment of the waste depends upon the various things. First is the chemical process. So in this we use the disinfectants and the antiseptics. Disinfectant means a chemical agent that destroys the growth of the pathogenic microorganisms in the non-sporing or in the vegetative state, and it can be also used to inanimate or sterilize the objects or the materials or the such as instrument or any surface to control the infection. So these are the disinfectant. Antiseptic, like this disinfectant means we can say the phenyl which we are using. Antiseptic, likewise Dettol which we are using. It is used to destroy the growth of the microorganism. Both are having the same function, but somewhere it is different. It is for the growth of pathogenic microorganisms. It is the growth of microorganisms that can take place on living tissues. Means if we get a cut on our body, what we do at the first aid, we just wash it by the Dettol. Why? Because an open wound can create the bacteria or the virus or the fungi to generate over there. That is done to avoid the injurious effects when it is applied on the surface of the body. Next are the wet and dry thermal process. In this wet and dry thermal process, we are having the heat disinfectation, that is the boiling of any instrument or any thing for the 20 minutes. Suppose we are having any patient over here at home, so we have to just sterilize its equipments or its materials. So we just boil those things with for 20 minutes. Or any baby is there, so the sterilization of its feeding bottle by the sterilizer, or you can say the various toys or the cloths which he or she uses, that is done by the heat disinfectant infection. This is useful for the pre-treatment of sharps and the plastic waste also, as compared to the biomedical category we are going on. Next is the hot air oven, that causes the sterilization and mutilation, and it is used for the glassware and the powders, mainly done for the hospitals where we give the patients various vessels to use at a particular part. So there we can use the hot air oven to sterilize those glasswares, or the chemistry labs and the institute where they uses the various chemicals in the glasswares and the powders also that can be sterilized. Autoclaving. Autoclaving is the steam sterilization under a pressure at low thermal process. And hydroclaving is the steam sterilization process that causes the fragmentation of the waste. There is a somewhat temperature variation in the autoclaving and the hydroclaving, only 2 to 3 degrees Celsius difference is there. Next is the microwave. This is the equipment that is used for volumetric heating for microbial hazardous waste, and it is used for the waste destruction occurred by the heat conduction method. Means if we want to if we are heating anything, so microwave just destruct the waste by the conduction method of the heat. Plasma arc, that is, plasma is the fourth state of matter, so it is a ionized gas at high temperature that causes gasification and molecular dissociation of organic waste. So if you want any dissociation of organic waste, we can use the plasma arc, or to avoid any gasification. Now the third one is the land disposal, where you are aware with the compacting, shredding and landfilling. These are the old methods. Shredding is the breaking or the grinding or cutting or granulation process, and compacting means to reduce the size of the waste. Likewise, crush the bottle or reduce it in the size of volume, that is the land disposal. Encapsulation means we are filling the containers with the various waste. Likewise, we are using the different colored bins that should be added with the immobilizing material. Likewise, plastic foam, sand, cement, clay material, and then we should seal the container so that the infection should be avoided. Next is the inertization. Before saying this, I would like to tell you about the inertization. In incineration, that is the heating process at high temperature in a closed furnace, whereas this inertization is especially suitable for pharmaceuticals and for incineration ashes that contains the high metal content. And in this, what we do, we mix up the biomedical waste with the cement or other substances before disposing it, so that the toxic substances should not contaminate the ground surface or the water surface. So this is the inertization, where the mixing of the cement with the biomedical waste is done to avoid any contamination in the water and soil or land. So this was all about the treatment process that we used to do. They all comes under the burn and not burn technology, and kindly go through the notes also that has been given. That's all for the week 6. Thank you.